Hello dear students, welcome to the third part of chapter 10 circles. Students, till now in this chapter what we have covered? We have covered the introduction of the circle, means how we used to define the circle. After that we have discussed about the terms which is used in circle like radius, center, diameter, chord of the circle, the arc of the circle, the segment of the circle, the sector of the circle. These all the parts we have, these all the terms we have defined, we have already defined in the previous parts of the video. And also we have covered the exercise first of NCERT in the previous part, that is in part 2. In this part, students, we shall discuss about the theorem which is given, the theorem 1 and 2 which is given in NCERT. And on the basis of this, we will see the exercise 10.2. So students, the first theorem of this chapter is what? Equal chords of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. So students, the theorems which are given in the book are very important results. And all the results and the questions of this chapter is based upon that results only. So to understand the chapter easily, to understand the questions of this chapter easily, you have to remember all the results, and also the proof of the theorems are also very important. And it is asked in the question, it is asked in the form of question in the examination directly. So you have to understand the proof of the theorems also. So let us see the theorem. The statement is equal chords of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. Firstly, let us understand that what is the meaning of this statement. Suppose, students, here is the circle. This is the circle whose center is O, and radius R. How we can denote the circle? C, O, R. What is the meaning of C, O, R? O is capital, this is capital O. And how we used to read this denotation? That circle of center O and radius R. So students, this is the circle whose center is O and radius is R. In this circle, two chords are there. Suppose one chord is AB and one chord is CD. Two chords are there. And according to the theorem, that the length of these chords, the length of these chords are equal. Means this AB is equal to CD. So we have to prove that the angles formed by these chords, see, this AB will form the angle like this. Here is the angle which is formed by this chord, and this is the angle. This is the angle which is formed by this chord. So we have to prove that these two angles are equal. Suppose this is 1 and this is 2. So we have to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Students? So how we will do this? Let us see. Firstly, students, will follow the same procedure of proving the theorem. The procedure is what? Firstly, we'll write the given part. What is given? So it is given that a circle C O R. Means it is clear that the center of the circle is O and the radius of the circle is R. After that, students, and two chords two chords AB and CD such that AB is equal to CD. Means what, students? You can see the statement of the theorem. It is written that the chords are equal. So if the chords are equal, means it is clear that AB is equal to CD. Okay. Now students, what is to prove? What is to prove here? So we have to prove that the angles subtended by the chords are equal. Means we have to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Because we have supposed that the angle formed by this chord is angle 1 and angle formed by this chord is angle 2. So we have to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay. Now, students, in the construction part, okay, in the construction, see, students, to find the angles, we have to join this also. Okay, so here you can write that join OA and OB and OC and OD. Okay, it is not necessary to write also. Okay, here you can left the construction because the angle formed only when this bounding radius are there. Okay, then when this bounding radii are there. Okay, two radii are there. So it is not here. It is not necessary to write the construction part. But if you have written, then it is good. Okay. Now let us see the proof part. How will prove it? Let us see. See, students, here the two triangles you can see. Okay, the first one is triangle ABO and the second one is triangle COD. In these two triangles, if somehow you will prove that these two triangles are congruent, then it is obvious that the corresponding parts of these two triangles will be equal. Okay, so if somehow we prove that these two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts will be equal, and if their corresponding parts will be equal, then it is obvious that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay, so here you can see, we will write that in triangles AOB and COB. Okay, in these two triangles, see, students, it is given that AB is equal to CD. It is given in the question that the lengths of the chords are equal, so AB is equal to CD. The second one is what? The length OA will be equal to the length CO. Why, students? This length AO will be equal to CO. Why? Because both are the radii of the circle. Okay, means the length of this is OA is also radius, OB is also radius, OC is also radius, and OD is also radius. Okay, so all these are the lengths of the radius of the circle. Okay, so they will be equal. Okay, here we will write that it is equal to radius, and also we can write that OB is equal to OD, and it is also equal to radius. So students, by side congruency, you can say that triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COD. Okay, so if these two triangles are congruent, then obviously you can say that by CPCD is what? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, by CPCD and So if angle 1 is equal to angle 2, it is clear that the angles subtended by the chords are equal. Okay, so it is to prove here. It is to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay, very easy proof of this theorem, students. Only you have to do what? Only you have to do to prove the two triangles congruent. Once you have proved that two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT easily we can say that their corresponding parts will be equal, means angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. So students, just note down this theorem and also remember this result that equal chords form equal angles at the center of the circle. Okay. Now you can pause the video and note it down. Now students, coming to the second theorem. Okay, and the second theorem is what? You can say the second theorem is just the converse of the first theorem. Okay, in the first theorem what we have said that equal chords form equal angles at the center. Okay, and this statement, the statement of the second theorem, is just converse of the first. Okay, you can see that if the angles subtended by the chords are equal, then the chords are equal. Okay, angles subtended by the chords, okay, at the center. Here, one thing you have to add, that at the center. So the statement is, if the angles subtended by the chords at the center are equal, then the chords are equal. Means this time we have to prove the converse of the previous theorem. See, in the previous theorem, what we have proved, in the previous theorem, we have seen that if it is a circle, okay, of center O and radius R, and if two chords are there, suppose this is the chord AB and this is the chord CD. Okay, so angle subtended by this chord AB, suppose it is angle 1, and angle subtended by this chord CD, suppose it is angle 2. Okay, and this is the center which is O. So in the last statement, in the last theorem it was given that the chords were equal, but this time it is said that these angles are equal. Okay, means this time it is said that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So then we have to prove that the length of the chords are equal. Means this time we have to prove that the chord AB is equal to the chord CD. Okay, so how we can prove this, students? The same procedure we will follow. That firstly we will write the given part. Okay, so what is given this time? This time it is given that a circle C O comma R, okay, and two chords AB and CD such that the angle subtended by them, the angle subtended by them, angles subtended by them are equal. Okay, that is angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Means this time it is given that angle 1 is equal to angle 2, and in the last time we have proved that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So students, what we will write in the to prove part? To prove, what is to prove here? Here we have to prove that the length of the chords are equal, means AB is equal to CD. This we have to prove. Okay, how will prove it, students? Okay, construction is, no need to write construction here. Okay, how will prove this theorem? Students, as I have said as I have told you in the last part of the video, as I have told you in the last theorem of this video, that if somehow we prove that these two triangles are equal, then their corresponding parts should also be equal. Okay, so this concept we will use. Okay, somehow we are going to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Now, by which criteria we can prove? Let us see, students. Students, what we are having? We are having that all these lengths are the radius of the circle. Okay, means they will be equal to each other. Okay, so there are two sides and one angle which is in between them. Okay, two sides and one angle in between them. So which criteria will prefer? Side angle side. Two sides and included angles. Okay, so by that criteria we are going to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So how will we write that? Let us see. In triangles AOB and COD. Okay, in these two triangles, students, you can see that the side AO is equal to CO. Okay, why? Because they are equal to the radius of the circle. Then we will write the angle. It is given that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay, it is given. And the third one is side. So again you can write that BO is equal to DO. Okay, and also is equal to radius, because they are equal to the radius of. Okay, so students, by side angle side criterion, we can say that triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COD. Now students, once we have proved that these two triangles are congruent, then it is very easy to write, to understand that their rest parts which are congruent, they will be equal. If we have shown that two triangles are congruent, okay, then it is obvious that their corresponding parts will be equal. So by CPCD means by corresponding parts of congruent triangles, we can say that the side AB means the chord AB will be equal to the chord CD. Okay, so students, this is the proof of this theorem, that if the angles subtended by the chords at the center are equal, then the chords are equal. Okay, this is the proof. Okay, and it is just like the previous theorem. Okay, it is just converse of the previous theorem that we have proved. The method of proving is almost same. The difference is what? In the last theorem we have used the criteria side, and this time we use the criteria side angle side. Okay, but the concept is same, that firstly we have to show that the two triangles are congruent, and then by CPCD we will prove that their corresponding parts are equal. Okay, so now students, you can pause the video and note it down. Students, one thing I want to make you clear, that both the theorems that we have studied, the first one, that is equal chords subtend equal angles at the center, and the second theorem, if the angles subtended by the chords at the center are equal, then the chords are equal. Both the theorems are true for if they are in the one circle, as the theorem we have done. Okay, and sometimes the question is asked like this, that the chords which are equal in congruent circles are equal, then they will form the equal angle at the center. It means, what I am saying, students, the theorems we have solved, that was based upon only in one circle. Okay, but students, if two circles are there, Okay, suppose this is one circle and this is another circle. Okay, and in the question it is said that both the circles are congruent. Okay, both the circles are congruent means what, students? That their center will be different, but their radius will be same. Okay, means this circle we can denote by C O comma R, and this circle we can denote by C O dash comma R. Center is different, but the radius are same. Okay, so in two congruent circles, the question can be asked like this: in two congruent circles, if the lengths of the chords are equal, means suppose here it is AB and here it is CD. Okay, then the angles subtended by them at the center will be equal. Okay, so this time we have to prove this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. So we have to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay, students, there is no difference in the first theorem that we have proved and in this theorem that we are and in this type of question. Okay, see, the difference is what? The only difference is what? There was only one circle and here two circles are there, but they are congruent. Okay, so if they are congruent, then their radii will be same. Means this is also R, this is also R, this is also R, and this is also R. So the proof of this statement or the theorem first is the same. Okay, is the almost same. Only the difference is what? We were writing triangle COD. Okay, but this time we will write what? Triangle CO dash D. Okay, the only difference is that. Okay, students. So, okay, like this is the question which is given in NCERT exercise 10.2. Okay, two questions are there, and the questions are just the second form of the theorem 1 and theorem 2. Okay, the difference only that there was only one circle, but here the two circles are there, but both the circles are congruent to each other. So if they are congruent to each other, then our proof will be the same. Okay, as we have done in theorem first and theorem 2. Okay, so you can prove this also. So 10.2, you will try to solve yourself. Okay, only two questions are there, and both the questions are second form of theorem 1 and theorem 2. Okay, so just try to solve the questions. Okay, try to solve that questions also, so that your exercise will be completed. Now we'll start our next topic. Okay, so the next topic is students, the next topic is perpendicular from the center to a chord. Okay, and in this topic we'll see the theorem 3rd of NCERT, and the theorem is what? Theorem is the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. Okay, try to understand the statement of the theorem. The statement of the theorem is, if there is a circle, okay, suppose this is a circle and this is the center of the circle. Okay, and here one chord is there. The length of the chord is AB. Okay, suppose the chord is AB. Okay, so students, what is the meaning of the statement of this theorem? The meaning of the statement of this theorem is, if we draw a perpendicular from the center to this chord, okay, if we draw a perpendicular from the center to this chord, then suppose it will comes at point M. Okay, so basically we have to show that the length of AM is equal to M. Means if we draw a perpendicular from a center to the chord of circle, then it will bisect the chord. Means it will divide the chord in two equal parts. Means here AM should be equal to MD. Okay, this we have to prove. So how will prove it? Let us see. We will follow the procedure to prove the theorem. Firstly, we will write the given part. Okay, and the given part, what we will write? A circle. Okay, a circle C O comma R. Okay, a circle C O comma R, and the chord AB. The chord AB. Okay, such that OM is perpendicular to AB. Okay, this side OM is perpendicular to AB. This shows that this line drawn is perpendicular upon this chord. Okay, so this OM is what? OM is perpendicular upon this chord. Okay, means this is 90 degree and here also it is 90 degree. Okay, students. Now, in the to prove part, what will write? What is to prove here? Here it is to prove that the chord is divided into equal parts. Means this perpendicular divides the chords into equal parts. Means we have to show that AM is equal to MB. So here we have to show that AM is equal to MB. In the construction part, here we have to write the construction that join OA and OB. Okay, so here we have to join this OA and OB. Now students, after joining this OA and OB, we are having two triangles. Okay, one triangle is AOM and the second triangle is BOM. Okay, and the AM and MB are what? AM and MB are the parts of these two triangles. So again students, we are having two triangles, and if somehow we show that two triangles are congruent, then easily we can say that the parts of these two triangles, the corresponding parts of these two triangles, that is AM and MB, will be equal. Okay. Now the question is, how we will prove that these two triangles are congruent? Okay. Students, here you can see that this angle is 90 degree. Okay. So we are having one right angle. The hypotenuse, the side opposite to the right angle is what? It is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is R, means hypotenuse will also be equal. So we are having H also. And one side is common. So we are having S also. So students, from here you can say that RHS means right angle hypotenuse side criteria will use it. Okay. See, right angle means 90 degree, that we are having, hypotenuse we are having as equal, and one side is common. So we will use the criteria RHS to prove this theorem. Okay. So in the proof part we will write that in triangles AOM and BOM, okay, we are going to use the criteria RHS. Okay, so the angle AMO and angle BMO both are equal. Why? Because both are equal to 90 degree. Okay, the second one is hypotenuse. So hypotenuse you can see that AO is equal to BO. Okay, the side opposite to the right angle is hypotenuse. So and they are radius also. So they are equal. Here they are equal. And the third one is side. The side OM is equal to OM. Why? Because they are common. Okay, this side is common for both of the triangles. So students, we can say that by right angled hypotenuse criterion triangle AOM is congruent to triangle BOM. Okay, so if these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT, by corresponding parts of congruent triangles, we can say that AM is equal to B. Okay students, so after showing this that AM is equal to B, it is clear that the perpendicular, if we draw a perpendicular from the center to the chord, okay, then it will bisect the chord. Okay, so here we can say that OM, this will imply that OM bisects A, and this was to prove, students. This was to prove. Okay, so like this, students, we can prove this theorem. The result is very important to solve the questions of this chapter, and also this theorem can be asked in the examination in the form of the question that prove that if the perpendicular from the center of a circle to the chord, it will bisect the chord. Okay, in the form of question it can be asked in the examination directly. Okay students, so just pause the video and note it down. And also students, this is enough for today. So thank you. In the next part we will see the converse of this theorem, and we will try to solve the next exercise of the NCERT. Okay students, so thank you students.